There's a war going on inside your head right now. A war between comfort and growth, between your old habits and your new goals, between who you are today and who you know you could be. And every choice you make every day decides who wins. Welcome back to the Marcus Allgood Show. I appreciate everybody listening and watching. Today we're going to talk about the war in your mind, winning the battle between who you are and who you want to be, who you want to become, who is the person that you know you're destined to be, and how do we get there and how do we make it happen. The real battlefield, most people think it's life's biggest battles are external, money, time, circumstances, relationships, but the real fight happens between your ears, the 6 inches, however big your head is, usually about 6 to 7 inches, 5 to 7 inches between those two ears. That's where the battle is. Every day it's a battle. Every day I got to wake up and go work out. Every day it's a battle to say I could just sleep in and go do something else. Every day it's a fight to go to work. Every day I have to fight that little guy inside there between the ears saying, just stay home. You don't have to go in. You don't have to make money. You just sit here and do nothing. You have to fight that guy. Every time you hit the snooze button, skip the workout, avoid the hard conversations, that's that's not life holding you back. That's just you. You are holding you back. There's nobody else standing there with a gun to your head saying, lay down, don't get up, don't go to work. There's nobody but this self-talk inside your head. Every self doubt, every fear, every excuse, it's your mind testing your will to grow. And every day I tell myself, like, you have to just get up and do it. You have to do the hard things. Even though you don't want to do them, you have to get up and go do it. It just is what it is. Like, there's so many people out there that want to take that mental health day or, work's just been so hard. I just need one day I can't go in anymore. I have to take that day off. Like, that's not how life works. Like, you don't get days off from life. Life doesn't slow down. All you're doing is prolonging it. And once you take that day off, you have to make up all the work. So you're not gaining anything. You still have to go make up all the work. So why would you take that day off? Why not just get through it, then take the rest on your actual days off? Quit doing more than what you think you need to be doing on your days off. Or quit going out partying, quit drinking, quit doing all the things on Fridays or Friday, Saturday that make you not want to go back in and create all that anxiety on Sunday to not go back in on Monday. So a true bomber guy, your thoughts will either serve you or sabotage you, but they don't get to decide. You do. You get to decide what you want to do. If you don't take control of your thoughts, then they'll take control of your life. You and that is so true, especially in today's times where you see these, high schoolers on anti-anxiety pills. Like, anxiety is there for a reason to help you get through things. Like, you don't need to take that away. Like, you have to learn how to get through anxiety. We all have done it. Yeah, we all get anxiety, but how do you manage it? How do you work your way through it? That's a whole nother topic that we'll probably do a deep dive on. But we're not going to get into it too deep. But the fact is that you, in between these two ears, can get rid of anxiety. You don't need a pill to get rid of your anxiety. You just need to figure out a way to control it. There are two voices fighting for control of your life every single day. You got the good and the evil. The voice of comfort. You've done enough. You'll start tomorrow. You deserve to take it easy. It's not a big deal. Just skip today. That voice sounds kind, but it's not. And it's not your friend at all. It's your captor. It's the one who's like holds you captive every day when you take that route, when you take that left turn and just say, nah, not a big deal, Skip. It wants you to stay safe, small, and predictable. The voice of growth, on the other hand, you said you were going to do this, so get up and do it. You were built for more than this. You're tired because you're inconsistent, not because you're overworked. You have to stay consistent. Like, you have to build the small little steps over and over and over to get this giant big outcome. The voice is quiet at first, but every time you listen to it, it grows even stronger. Start listening to some motivational speeches or some music or anything like that, and you're gonna start noticing those little thoughts just creeping in your head all the time. Like, you're gonna go, like, my thing is mowing the yard. I hate mowing the yard. I don't ever want to go mow the yard, but I have to tell myself just go do it And once you're done, you like the way it looks. You just don't like the act of doing it. So I have to fight every weekend to go mow the yard, or even during the week, especially during the summertime when it's like 2 times a week. Every time is a big old battle. So one of the quotes that we're gonna say: every time you choose growth over comfort, you take back territory in the war for your potential. It's something that you're gonna do over and over and over, and the more you take control, the better it's gonna be. So let's talk about how the war shows up in real life. This isn't a one-time decision. It's a daily battle fought in small, invisible moments. When you're tired, but you promise yourself you'd go to the gym, everybody can everybody relates to that one. When you want to scroll instead of study, Bible, or when you want to scroll instead of study, build, or create, we're all guilty of that. I just sat there for 15 minutes scrolling on TikTok, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, what am I doing? I'm just sitting here wasting my time. Let's get this podcast going. Got other things to do today." When fear says, "Don't try," but faith says, "Do it anyways," just the "do it anyways" mentality is one of the best things you can have. One thing that you got to do is just do it anyways. Like, you gotta go to the gym, do it anyways. I don't want to go to the gym, do it anyways. You don't want to cook dinner, do it anyways. You don't want to do the dishes, do it anyways. It's gonna be better in the long run every single time. There's nothing worse than coming home to a big old sink full of dishes. I mean, there's a lot of things worse than that, but it's just one of those things that you're like, oh my gosh, it just ruins your day. Like, you got off work, you're ready to go home, you're ready to relax. You get home, you got a big old sink full of dishes that you gotta do. You can't cook because you're just gonna pile more dishes on top of that. That's the war. The hardest part isn't doing the work, it's winning the argument in your head before the work even begins. Discipline starts in your mind long before it shows up in your actions. So you just have to do the work. Just do it anyway. How to win the war. Catch the thought early. Like, when you start hearing that negative chatter, catch it and change it. You can't win against something you don't see. If you don't understand that you're having that negative chatter, or you're not having the right conversations in your head, and you're not aware of it, it's going to be really hard for you to change. Just like anything in life, you have to know about it before you can change it. Listen to this podcast, listen to some motivational music, listen to motivational speeches. Those are going to help you catch the thoughts that you're thinking in your head. Don't let it finish the sentence. Cut it off and replace it with the truth. Or I'm tired becomes I'm grateful I can move. It's hard becomes that's why it's worth it. I'll go to the gym later becomes I'm just gonna go to the gym now. I'm just gonna go out to the garage and work out. I'm just gonna go for a run. Yeah, everybody could do any of these. Like, fitness is free, eating healthy. It's an easy choice to make. It's easier than going to like cooking some food is easier than going to McDonald's a lot of times. You have to get up, you have to go somewhere. The line's gonna be long. They're probably not even gonna get your order right. It's just gonna create even more anxiety going through one of those places than it is just to sit at home and cook. Anchor to your why. When you forget why you started, resistance always wins. Write down what's at stake: your health, your family, your future, even your freedom. The mind obeys what the heart is clear on. If your why is strong enough, your excuses will lose their power. And I tell people all the time, your why has to be so strong that is harder to go against that why. Like, when I talk to, some people that want to get off drugs or want to stay sober, or even like get off alcohol, things like that, and they're having problems within like the first 10 to 60 days, and I tell them, like, what is your why? Your why has to be so strong that it's stronger than the will to want to drink or do the drugs. Like, the why has to be so strong and embedded in your mind that you can beat anything else out there. Like, that is the number one thing that you have to have, is a strong why for anything. You got to stack small wins, and we talk about this all the time. Don't wait for motivation. Create it through momentum. One rep, one page, one action. That's the way I'd read a book, get through a couple pages and turn it into a couple more. Every small win is proof that you can't trust yourself again. Telling yourself that you're going to go work out or that you're going to eat right starting on Monday, and then here's Tuesday and you're not even doing it, that you're just setting yourself up for failure. Your mind's going to keep telling you that you're a deadbeat. Like, it's just not going to be good for you. You don't need to win the war today. You just need to keep winning the war in the next battle. from day to day, just keep it going. One day at a time, you can win these battles each day. Like the more wins you stack, the easier it's going to be. You got to reframe the pain. Discomfort isn't punishment, it's progress. Every time you feel resistance, it means growth is near. The stronger the resistance, the bigger the reward. Growth doesn't feel good, it feels like war, but it's worth every single scar that you have. And then you got to guard your environment. You can't win a war surrounded by enemies, and sometimes your environment is the enemy. The people who don't believe in you, the habits that drain you, the distractions that pull you back into mediocrity, those are all bad distractions that are just going to pull you back into a bad place. You don't rise to the level of your potential, you fall to the level of your environment. So you have to change your environment. Like if you don't want to be an alcoholic anymore, quit hanging out with your alcoholic friends. If you don't want to go to the bar anymore, quit hanging out with the people that go to the bar. If you don't want to smoke, quit hanging out with smokers. You have to change your environment. And I'm not saying you have to get up and move to a different city. You just have to change the environment that you're hanging out in. Because if you don't change your environment, change the people that you hang out with, it doesn't matter if you move to a new city, you're going to find those same people and do the same things that you're already doing. You have to change the habits and want to have a giant why of why you want to change these habits to be able to find new people to hang out with and to not fall into those categories anymore. The truth is, you'll never silence the negative voice completely. You never do. We always have it. But you can out-talk it. You can feed the voice that pushes you forward until it drowns out the one that keeps you small. You can stop fighting yourself and start fighting for yourself. That's one thing I've done. Like, I definitely fight this negative chatter every day. Every workout, every run, every time I eat right, everything I do in my job, everything. I'm always fighting that negative chatter. You can't build a strong life with a weak mind. Strength starts with the words you can tell yourself when nobody's listening. And you have to talk to yourself way better than you normally do. Like, talk to yourself like you're giving your best friend a pep talk. That's where you need to be. Don't be the negative guy that's beating yourself up like, oh my God, I'm stupid. This is just dumb. I don't know what I'm doing. Like those negative thoughts have got to stop. I'm weak. I can't do it. No, you can do it. Talk to your buddy. Talk to yourself like your best friend. So this week, pay attention to the war in your mind. Every time you hear that comfort voice, act in the opposite direction. Do the thing you said you were going to do, because one day you'll look back and realize that voice that used to control you doesn't even speak anymore. You didn't beat it by magic. You beat it by showing up. Win today's battle, and tomorrow's will be easier. That's how you win the war. And go out there and just do it anyways. That's the pod. I appreciate everybody listening, and have a great weekend.